Hi everybody, it's Jeff and Nikki from Nightshade Nook Decor. So we are getting ready to do the final coat on the K9 Raven and K9 Maximus coasters. So Jeff is just pouring the Wise Bond tabletop epoxy on them. We've already done the seal coat and added the embellishments on them. And then once he does this, it takes a couple days for it to cure, and then he has to sand and seal the bottoms of them and apply the cork base to the bottoms of them as well, and then they will be good to go. So probably like another week until they're done.
Takes more than a couple days to cure.
Well, a couple days, I guess it depends on how you're looking at things.
A couple days.
A couple days
What's
here.
The
A couple days here is
couple
long.
Days, 7 days.
I'm tired. It's 10:30. That's what you get.
Get what I get, huh?
Yes.
We're improvising, huh?
Well, plus I spent a long time on these coasters tonight, so...
Yeah, we did. Sure.
I was going to say, I started this over an hour ago. Give me a break. But they look cute. I really like them. I was excited to see how they were going to turn out. So this is, for you guys who... I'm trying to get around your hand. For you guys, that's why I want to go on the other side.
Sorry.
Your hand is always in my way. So if you guys who missed last night's video and listened to me banter at Jeff tonight, this is for a K9 officer and his two pups, K9 Raven and K9 Maximus. K9 Raven is actually retiring from K9
duty.
Yeah, I was going to say police enforcement duty. I think she retires in October, and K9 Maximus is in training. He's really cute, though. He's got those big ears. I do have to admit, K9 Raven is my favorite. She's just pretty and diva-like. So anyway, we had met this K9 officer on TikTok. He's a super nice guy, and he has a lot of charities that he does work with. There's a K9 for Kids Foundation. He does work with St. Jude's. He does work with a lot of children who've gone through cancer. He helps kids, in any way he can help people is how he helps them.
He's all about the kids.
He is all about the kids. He just helped this young girl who is having seizures get a, what do you call them, a seizure assist dog?
Yeah, a seizure detection dog. A dog can actually sense when you're about to go into a seizure and, sort of intervene.
Which is very, very cool. I wish I had known about that years ago. That's really cool. So he had, we got to talking to him, and he had mentioned that he was doing a lot of events for law enforcement, kind of to, just raise awareness and back to blue kind of events. And he actually does a lot of things where he goes into the schools and he has story time with the kids, and there's cakes with cops, which I guess he's got, I believe it's fire department and ambulance and police officers as well, who go in and have pancakes with the kids in the morning, which I just think is adorable. So he's doing a lot in his community, and when he talked to us about doing these coasters, of course, obviously Jeff and I wanted to help him out with this, because, he's just really nice, and we like all the things that he's doing and support them as well. As I babbled to my full extent.
Yeah, well, I'm working, so you know how it is.
So what Jeff is doing right now is he's just going around the coasters and making sure that the epoxy is evening out on all sides of the coasters. Everything has good coverage. It is the Wise Bond tabletop self-leveling epoxy. But it's just always best to go around and make sure you have everything covered and not rely on the epoxy to level everything out on its own. Because if you don't, then you end up doing layers and layers of epoxy.
Right.
Which is just, expensive and wasteful. We'll have none of that here.
That's right. Well, at least very little of it.
And you know, I forgot to bring your mic out for you again tonight.
Sorry.
And Clancy, for whatever reason, decided he's not laying on his bed under the table tonight.
I don't know. He was for a while.
He was. I think I'm going to bring his old doggy bed out and stick it under there.
He'll go back to it.
He will. So I really like those Canine Raven coasters. I like the...
I knew the black and the hot, the hot pink would really pop against the black coasters, so that was definitely a good choice. And the blue ones too, they really pop nice against the white coaster.
The blue ones are really, really pretty.
Yeah.
They all turned out really, really well. And this is just the first set out of many sets that we're going to be doing for them.
These are basically the prototypes. So they could change. Who knows? But this is the very first set we're doing.
I wouldn't mind doing what you said and kind of routering them in.
Yeah.
And then just filling them with epoxy or something.
Yeah, it may come to that. We'll see.
But they turned out really well. I'm happy with how they turned out. Originally, the officer had wanted them on the blue background, like the thin blue line, which made sense. But the Maximus ones, we'd put them up against a blue set that were sitting in a form, and they just got lost.
Yeah, the blue disappears. You can't put blue writing on a blue coaster. It's just going to disappear, So I chose white because I figured the blue would stand out really nice again on the white. And for the same reason I chose black for the K9 Raven coasters, because I knew that pink would really pop nice against a black background, So.
It did. It looks awesome. It was good choice on your part. I like it. I'm glad he agreed to the color change. I think he's going to be very, very happy with these.
Yeah, they look pretty sharp.
Yeah. They turned out well. So he's just got a few more to do, and then we're going to remove the surface tension on them, and then he'll just go over them with the torch, make sure there's no air bubbles, and then we're just going to leave them alone for a few days until we can move them to the curing shelf. Which I like that we have a curing shelf now. We've done so much work in this shop, it's absolutely astounding. It doesn't even look like the same shop anymore. So we've rearranged everything. All the mica powders are now up on a shelf and in containers and organized by color.
Yes.
Which I like. And these are actually My Spring colors that we used in these coasters. It's the My Spring Charcoal Black and the My Spring White Pearl. Which, both of these, we had a hard time finding a true black and a true white, and My Spring's delivered.
Yeah, we've definitely, My Spring has sort of become our go-to pigment people.
Yeah, definitely. I'm very happy with their colors. And they have a lot of neat colors, too, like that mermaid dust that you guys see us use a lot.
Everybody loves some mermaid dust.
Yep. So what he's doing right now is just going over them, tapping out the epoxy and just relieving the surface tension. You want to go into more detail about that?
So epoxy has a very high surface tension, and if I don't do this, then we could wind up with some bumps and lumps and little divots and stuff. So we do this just to break the surface tension, and that helps the epoxy lay more even, helps it lay flatter.
So wow, it looks like he's just making a mess. There's a method behind his madness.
It may seem counterproductive, but yes, there actually is a reason we do it.
And then because epoxy has a lot of air in it from being mixed up, he goes over them with the torch, and that just kind of relieves any of the air bubbles that are in there. And we don't want air bubbles in there because that leaves pock marks, it leaves divots, holes in the epoxy, and just gives you a very, grainy and unfinished look in the epoxy. I like them.
Yeah, they look nice.
I think they turned out really, really good. And I'm just gonna scooch over here past you and Clancy so I can get kind of just a full-on shot of all of them. Because I almost dropped my phone in the epoxy. That would have been bad. But there they are. The first set. They are very, very pretty. I like them. Sorry, all the shop lights are reflecting in them. But that's just because the epoxy is super glossy like that. Alright guys, do you have anything else you want to add, hon?
I do not.
Alright, well thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and share our videos. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section. We always go back and respond to all of our comments. And you guys have a great night.